Hey guys, so welcome to day 23 of 29 days of melanated excellence. And today's video is going to be about threefold rule and karma. I hear this so much. So other than people asking me if they're cursed, whatever the case may be, and like having misconceptions of what an actual curse is, karma is also something that people have common misconceptions of. So karma is more of something that is based in Hinduism. And for some reason, it has touched the West, it has touched other parts of other cultures. And people have been kind of putting a lot of fear in the idea of karma, where they think like, if you bind somebody, if you do send back work, if you do any of that, oh my God, the threefold rules, karma, blah, blah, blah. So like I was telling somebody recently, and I've told people all the time, not everybody who practices spirituality, magical traditions, so on and so forth, believes in these ideals. I absolutely do not believe in do no harm. I feel like whatever you do, there's always some type of harm that we do. And I also don't like to limit my magic. Okay, I work both the right and left-handed path. I've never made any bones about that. Just like in any religion, there's good, there's bad, and there's in between. So things like, even if you look at Christianity, there's God and there's Satan. I'm just saying. So there's always that duality, right, in the world. So I don't believe in the threefold law. If you send something, you get it 3 times or 7 times, whatever, whatever, whatever. That also comes from other traditions. So Wicca and other forms of witchcraft. I don't practice Wicca. I don't practice that kind of witchcraft. I also don't prescribe to karma. It is outside of my religious practice and beliefs. And so when I speak about I don't believe in threefolds, I don't believe in karma, I'm talking about specifically to myself and the ATRs that I practice. We don't prescribe to those things. We don't believe in those things. We believe that as long as you're justified, you are fine, and things of that nature. Now, it doesn't mean that you can just go around doing whatever you want. Yes, there's consequences to things, but that's more of if you're disrespecting an energy, if you're working with energies that you don't know nothing about, because a practitioner has to have control, has to know how to work with spirits, hone in on those powers, blah, 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 and protocols and all that stuff when it comes to closed traditions. But no, we do not prescribe to threefold laws, karma. I don't believe any of that. People tell me that all the time, like, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the whole like, oh, you're taking somebody's free will, da 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 da. That's another question I get asked a lot. I do domination work, this, that, and the other. People will always have a free will. Okay. Yeah, so nobody is going to do a spell and make somebody a zombie. Yes, I will love you. You are good. No, that's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. That's the reason why I do consultations, because when I do domination work, the other person has to want to be with you, but there's things, either someone's doing something spiritually, there's some type of spiritual blocks, whatever. I work on the person dominating those fears, dominating those obstacles, so then the couple can come back together. The person who's asking for the work needs to work on things I ask them to do, while the partner is working on other things, and then they can come together spiritually. But at no time does this person turn into a zombie because I do domination work. That's unrealistic. I feel that some people actually think that, like, if you watch a movie, those are the, watching The Craft and all of that. There's a lot of common misconceptions, okay? I'm not walking around making nobody a zombie. I'm not walking around making somebody love you, so on and so forth, okay? Now, there are people that do those things in the sense of like, they work with really dark energies, okay? And just stuff like that. Because there are like things like in tranquil spirits, for instance, lower level entities. I just have to tell you that when you work with these types of energies, there is a price that you pay for doing so. And so I'm sorry, I don't care what you pay me. I'm not going to sit here and negotiate with those types of energies because they have loyalties to no one. In tranquil spirits have loyalties to no one. Lower entities has loyalties to no one. So while you think you have these energies in control, somebody can offer that energy a better price than you are. And guess what? they're going to betray you, and the same spirits that cause everybody else misfortune are going to cause you misfortune because somebody found out what you're doing, and then they're going to bribe that spirit, control that spirit, and now everything that you had is now gone. Yeah. So I always tell people, be careful what you conjure up. Okay. Yes, I work the left-handed path, but I have respect. I'm not saying that I've never worked with an intranquil spirit, because I have, but I am very respectful of that energy, and I know when that's appropriate and when it's not. And I have protections for those types of cases of somebody bribing certain spirits. So all of that comes with experience. But what I'm saying is, all this like mainstream stuff does put people in danger, because then people think, oh, it's an intranquil spirit, yay. And just listen to the name, intranquil spirit. These are spirits in agony and torture. Okay, I'm just saying, there are spirits that are literally wanting hosts, wanting to possess people, wanting to feel alive again, that are earthbound, that they want power. Just because somebody dies doesn't mean they stop being a bad person. So just like there's bad people in this world, there are bad spirits out there, okay? There are false spirits out there. So while I don't believe in karma and threefold law, I do believe in knowing what type of spirits are you conjuring, what type of spirits are you getting a working relationship from. I feel like so many of these ancient spirits have been watered down, whitewashed, bastardized, that people are creating these altars for these spirits and not knowing what the hell they're doing. One example is La Santísima Muerte. La Santísima Muerte is not this, oh, she's just really cool because she has a skull face and, she works with ancestors. No. There are darker paths to La Santísima Muerte, okay? There's a lot to La Santísima Muerte that people don't respect. She's an ancient energy, an indigenous spirit, actually, because that's where her roots come from, okay? She is an indigenous spirit before colonization. She actually has a name. So same thing with the Loas and the Orishas. Like, these are indigenous spirits before colonization. They have a name. They all have these lighter sides and these left-handed sides. Just like human beings, we all have a lighter side and a darker forces type of side, okay? We all have ego. We all have times where we can be the greatest people, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that, where you can surprise yourself, because we all have the capacity not to be the best people. Like, it's called being human. And a lot of these spirits have human traits, okay? Even if we go back to, I remember when I was really in church, and I remember reading like the Genesis, where they would talk about like Jehovah's feelings, and he had jealousy in his heart, and he was angry, and he destroyed this and that and the other. So even Christian God gets mad at people, okay? So these are all human emotions. And so while I don't believe in a threefold law of karma, I believe that the work is justified, you are fine. I still recognize that there are certain spirits that you better know what you're doing before you dabble in that, because you can get hurt. It's not to say that Santísima Muerte is a bad spirit. There's no such thing as that in that sense. But you also have to recognize the other side of the spirits. Just like people are like, oh, yeah, love, fertility, marriage, blah, 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 blah. There are darker aspects too, Yemaya. Oh, Oshun, yes, fertility, beauty, boo, 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 boo. There are darker paths to Oshun, okay? Oshun can be a beautiful peacock, but she can also be a vulture, okay? And it's important to know that. It's important to know that, because if you upset a spirit, you will get the angrier side of that spirit. Then you have to learn how to cool that spirit. All spirits have a hotter side to them. All spirits have a cooler side to them. So knowing how to appease the spirits will save you a lot of headache, okay, a lot of heartache, and a lot of stress. So again, but that has nothing to do with karma. That just has to do with duality. There are, different sides to everybody. Some people are more into that ego side than others, but we all have it. You understand what I'm saying? We all have potential, right? And every day we work on being the best people we can be and being the best stewardess we can be but we are imperfect, you know, and we're working with spirits. And this is why I always say these are not gods, because they're imperfect too. They can get selfish with you. They can get jealous of certain things. There are certain spirits that people work with love that I've actually had to make deals with their spirits because the guy they loved went away because the spirit liked the guy too much and actually took the guy away from the person. So yeah, that's a thing. So there are other spirits that may think you're very attractive and you're working with this male energy, and there are spirits that'll make your love life crappy because they want to be the only man, the only male energy in your home. They don't want you to find Mr. Right. There are female spirits like that. They may not want you to find Mrs. Right. There are also they spirits that are like, I don't want you to find anybody. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that we just need to know what we are working with, because every spirit has a hot and cooler side, and you better damn well know how to handle that hotter side. You just need to know. This is why offerings and all that, that's why I teach that to my students, so that you can always have your spirits appeased, knowing their days of the week, knowing their numbers, knowing what offerings are like, keep them nice and cool, knowing what makes them upset, so that way they don't become hot, feel disrespected, and then everything they gave you all of a sudden seems like everything's gone. And you might think you're cursed, but it could actually be that you made a spirit mad. So yeah, and you might have to do things to appease them. And some of them are more high maintenance than others. So yeah. So I just wanted to give you my 2 cents in that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love, much light, much blessings. And until the next video, stay blessed, everyone. Stay blessed, everyone. Ashe, 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 ashe. Bye, guys. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Bye. Oh, if you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, shamanicarrowpriestess.com. The link is always on the description box of my website. Now I'm done.